Something wicked this way comes. That would hit a lot harder if I could do a Scottish accent. Today on Survivor Squared, a very special episode where we are breaking down, power ranking each of the 23 contestants of the upcoming season 4 of The Traitors. Now, I understand that's not Survivor related, but it is reality TV, and it is Survivor adjacent because Survivor players are on the show, and it is the reason why I stepped into reality TV in the first place. I was there for Suri in season 1. I was there for CT in season 2. And last year, I was there with Sandoval talking into a puppet and then recording the song back into the phone. I was there for all of Gabby, for all of Lord Ivar, for all of the wonderful time that we had in season 3 that really took over the reality TV landscape that was Traitors season 3. It was fantastic. These morons playing for an amount of money that is likely less than their appearance fee, and all the while seeing the legend of Boston Rob versus Bob the Drag Queen. It was a wonderful season of television, and we are back for the 4th installment of the franchise. It is a fantastic show built on drama, and I'm here to tell you who's going to win the whole gosh darn thing and who's going to be murdered the first night of television. I can't wait for it to happen, and I can't wait to break into these power rankings, and as you know by now, I cannot do this alone. Even though I'm dressed to impress, I have a scarf over a suit, nothing matches, but I am here going to the Grand Old Opera with my one and only, my ride or die, the person that I would want to be in the turret with, taking off our hooded robes and slicing the throats of those around us. Come on to the show, Bailey Buffs.
Tony, I think I would scream so loud I would give it away. Like in the turret, we would take our hoods off and I'd be like, ah, it's Tony. And then everyone would be like, that was Bailey screaming. She's clearly the traitor. And I would ruin our whole game.
Let me ask you this. Traitors, for those who don't know, Traitors is a big game of mafia. There are secret people that are the bad guys, and they are slowly taking out one good guy every night. And the good guys have to guess who the bad guys are. The good guys get everyone out. The good guys win. The bad guys last to the final night. The bad guys are the only ones that win. So, Bailey, if you were on the show, I see you're in a faithful ball cap right now. If you were on the show, would you rather play as a faithful or a traitor? Because a traitor is much more fun, but you got to think of how you would win. You yourself, what would you rather be?
Faithful, 100%. Okay. My ideal situation is a faithful who gets recruited to be a traitor like mid-season. I think that's the best way because then I can establish really good friendships. I can establish trust and it be genuine because I am a faithful. And then once everyone trusts me and believes me, get recruited and then just lie. But I fear I would get caught up in a lie for sure, and I'd get called out on it, and then the guilt would just show on my face. We've talked about this before. My face hides nothing, so I think the smarter choice is for me to be a faithful.
I would have so much fun on this show and in this game. I know they're casting now. The next season of Traitors is going to be without celebrities. They're just going to be regular old normal people like me and you, Bailey, and I'd love to be on it, and I would yearn to be a traitor, not just because it would be more fun, but because I truly believe I'd be able to pass off as a good guy for long enough for people to believe that I was truly a good guy. And if I ever got voted out and I got up there, I would give you the best I'm a traitor speech you've ever heard in your life. But it'd be a blast. And this show is a blast. For as silly, as stupid, as backwards as some of it is, the challenges that truly mean nothing. It makes no sense, some of the things that they do, but it still ends every week in fantastic fashion. And this season in particular, Bailey, 23 contestants that we know about. I know they brought on contestants in the middle of season 3 last time, but who knows if they'll do that again this time. 23 contestants on this show from all over the place. We have actors, bachelors, housewives, Survivor players, Big Brother, The Challenge. We have Top Chef contestants. We have hosts. We have Olympic gold medalists. It is quite the combination of characters here. Do you think, before we get into power ranking all 23 of them, do you think anything stands out here from past 3 seasons of Survivor? Do you think any former thing gets you farther in the game, depending on where you've come from?
I think, unfortunately, a lot of the players that come from the Survivor world, the Big Brother world, instantly have targets on their back because they're known to be strategic, competitive players. And people know this about them. They've seen them deceive. They've seen them lie. They've seen them challenge, really work hard and manipulate people to win that prize. So I do think, unfortunately, as we've seen in the past couple seasons, Suri excluded, that a lot of those players do instantly, I think, have targets on their back, as well as big personalities. We've seen the Real Housewives constantly get targets on their back just because they all know each other. So immediately those alliances that they come into the castle with, I think are going to make them strong contenders to be sent home first, almost in the same way that Tara Lipinski and Johnny Weir, they've been best friends for 13 years, 12 years. Like, that's going to be a tough duo for them to convince people not to break them up. So I think the people that are going to skate by are, probably Kristen from Top Chef.
No pun intended on the skate by with Johnny and Tara. No, I agree with you that the duos are going to be targeted. Usually the Survivor players, the Big Brother players are targeted. However, this year in particular on the Survivor side, only one former winner, and it's not necessarily a known legend of the game. She's a legend in her own right, Natalie Anderson, but not the Boston Rob, not the Tony Vlachos, not the Sandra, not the Parvati. Like, it's going to be interesting to see if some of those Survivor players can go under the radar. But without any further ado, we're going to go 1 through 23. Bailey has made her list. I've made my list, and we're going to each pick from the bottom to the top one player. And if I happen to take someone early that Bailey has higher or vice versa, we will argue in the chat about it. That's the point of this whole thing. But 1 through 23, I'm going to start with the last person, the worst member of the Traitor cast, the bottom of the power rankings, number 23. We have to start off with that scumbag, Michael Rapaport. Listen, Michael Rapaport is a terrible human being, and this has nothing to do with anything that is happening outside of the United States. This has solely everything to do with Michael Rapaport, the person. I come from the world of sports and sports entertainment, sports media. I've known Michael Rapaport as an entity, as a character for a long, long time. He has worked with Bill Simmons of The Ringer. He has worked with Dave Portnoy of Barstool Sports. He has tried to make himself a personality online for the past decade plus in various ways, shapes, and forms because he used to be an actor and cannot get roles anymore for how poorly he is at that job. So he has transitioned into being a guy online, just spewing things online to try and create tension and try and create momentum. I do the very same thing that he does. And let me tell you, from a known persona, from someone who knows the man himself and has worked with those who have worked with him and have heard the stories, Michael Rapaport is an absolute scumbag, and everywhere he goes, he burns the bridges of those around him eventually. And that is why he is a lone shark out there in the world right now, and that is why he will be a lone shark in the world of Traitors Season 4. Is it bad that they cast this man to try and get some buzz? Absolutely. But you will not find me nor Bailey ranking this stupid mother higher than anywhere other than last. Do you agree, Bailey?
No words needed from me. I think you pretty much covered it. I honestly think he's going to get voted out first just because no one can stand him. I think he's going to piss everyone off in the first 24 hours, and they're just going to be like, let's just get this douchebag out of here and just make the castle a better place. I agree with you fully.
Happy we landed that at 23. Bailey, let's start with the real power rankings. Who's dead last in your book?
All right. Unfortunately, just from taking info from past seasons, and I think the way they like to vote, I do think a housewife is probably going to be next. And I do think it's going to be Lisa Rinna, unfortunately. I think she is such a loudmouth. She is such a little shit stirrer. I mean, people love her, but I don't think people trust her. And I also think, that girl, we've seen her clutch a bottle from time to time. So I don't think people are going to trust that she won't have loose lips that sink some ships.
That's our first disagreement of the list so far. I agree with you that housewives get targeted first. I agree with you that they're kind of easy to take out early. Not exactly known to be the brightest bulbs in the room with all of these housewives. There are 5 of them here. I had Lisa ranked the highest out of all the housewives in my power rankings. Now, not necessarily a high number I gave her, but I gave Lisa the high number because I believe she is not a threat to any of the traitors. She is exactly what you said she will be. No one's going to believe her or take her advantage. They lasted. Who was the housewife that made it all the way to the end last year? Dolores, because she kept on voting for just the wrong person every time. Like, she kept on trying to get Tom Sandoval out, even though there was no chance no one was voted with you, Dolores. It didn't make any sense. That's Lisa. Lisa is a legend in her own right. She's been in the game forever. She is one of the first shock castings in the world of Broadway that ruined the current world of Broadway that we have now. Lisa, the soap opera legend. She is such a big big get for this stupid show of traitors that I believe she hangs around for a while, because if they take her out first, they're morons. But the way this power rankings works, she's number 22. Does my saying sway you in any way?
I think you're skipping over one glaring thing here, is that I don't think she's going to get murdered. I think she's going to get banished. I don't think they're going to murder her, because I agree with you. She's someone that will take the attention away from other people. But I think that type of chaos that she brings is going to be unsettling for a lot of people, that they're just immediately going to have a target on her back. I also think she's going to get really defensive around a round table if anyone brings her name up, which is just going to kind of perpetuate the idea that maybe she is a traitor. I don't think she will be a traitor, but I don't know. I just think because she has such a strong personality, it might put a target on her back right away.
I will say that is something else we're doing in these power rankings. There are, as we know, 3 traitors normally. They might do 4 this year because of the larger cast, but me and Bailey have our 3 players that we believe are going to be the traitors. We haven't seen any promotion. We don't know anything in the future. We're not spoiling anything because we're truly doing this blind. It's players that both we think will be the traitor, but also that we want to be the traitor. I have my 3. Bailey has her 3. We don't know who they are. They could be the same 3, but just making sure that I have all mine written down. Lisa, not one of your traitors.
Not one. Sorry, girl.
Okay. Let's move on to my, this is 21 on our power rankings. This person, listen, I don't know a lot about The Bachelor. Hand up. I really don't. But I will say I do know a lot when doing the research of people that I find maybe potentially problematic. And Colton Brown-Underwood is his name. Former NFL player, went on The Bachelor and then became The Bachelor. Left The Bachelor because the person he wanted to be with quit, so he quit too. They had a relationship for a while. It broke up and there were restraining orders filed. There was accusations of stalking, accusations of putting tracking devices on cars, accusations of all of this stuff, and it wasn't the woman that was doing the stalking. It was accused Colton Brown-Underwood. Now, this whole thing was settled out of court. We don't know what truly happened, but we do know soon afterwards Colton came out as gay. Congratulations, Colton. I'm happy you are gone from the virgin bachelor to now an open gay man in a relationship. Good for you. I'm happy for you. I don't want to see you on my television. You're coming in at 21 for me.
You know, I had him at 20, honestly. So I was right there with you. I think the editors in this, the producers in this, were choosing Colton to almost kind of give him like a redemption season like they tried to do for Tom Sandoval. I think they tried to bring him in to be like, hey, look, he's not that bad. Look how happy he is as a gay married man now, and really stepped into himself. Unfortunately, I do think, again, like Tom Sandoval, people are already going to come and being like, I don't trust this guy. He's had shady behavior in the past. And also, personally, why are we glorifying someone that stalked a woman and put a GPS tracker in her car and wouldn't leave her alone and was allegedly. But, you know, personally, I'm like, I don't think we need to give him more of a platform.
Okay, let's move on. We're getting through the bad ones early. Okay, we're getting through the ones that have no chance early. Bailey, who's next on your list? They're coming in at if Colton was number 21, this next one's coming in at 20.
All right, just to stay on theme, too, of someone who has a little bit of a villainous, a villainous reputation, and also to stay on theme with the fact that I think Survivor and Big Brother players have big targets on their back.
Oh no.
I already see that you don't like what I'm about to say, but I think Rob is next. I don't think they're going to let him stay in this castle longer than maybe five people. I think he's going to be out. I don't think people are going to be willing to work with him. I don't think Natalie and Yam Yam are going to take sides of his. I don't think they're going to form an alliance with him. So I think he's going to be very outcast. I think he's going to rub people the wrong way in the same realm as Michael Rapaport. And I do think Rob is going to be gone. I think Rob is going to go pretty early. He's also been a legend name for so many years. Like, people know who this guy is. So I just think if you're staying in the limelight for that long, you're a threat. And so
I agree. But Rob Cesternino has been known for a long time in Survivor, but not known as a player. Okay, this guy's been
Sure,
known as a character, kind of a caricature at some points. And in the past, since he's had this podcast, built this empire online, he has definitely redeemed himself in his own light. Because when I saw his episode of The Amazon, you can see my recap, it's still up on my pages. I open it up with, "This is the horniest player in Survivor history." He was a loose cannon in the 6th season of Survivor. That was 20 some odd years ago, Bailey, and now he sort of has a different light. Definitely more mature, definitely more of an adult. He's also a little bit more intelligent. He was intelligent in season 6 of The Amazon. He's still intelligent and knows what he has to do to get far in this game. I didn't have him in my top 10. I had him 14th. I had him pretty high, though, because I think he knows what he needs to do to sort of get far. And he does know how to talk as well, so he'll be able to defend himself at the round table and maybe point the ire of the table at someone else. But you have him solely based the fact that he's kind of a celebrity in his own right, and they're going to attack him.
I think he's going to be someone that is easy to go after. If we're looking at all the men on this season versus all the women, because sometimes the women group up, sometimes the men group up, I think a lot of times historically we see that the men that are a little bit more reserved, quiet, introverted last a little bit longer because they're almost seen as just not threats in general, especially to the women, especially to the housewives. I think Rob has a big personality. He's a confident guy. And yes, he is a good talker, but I just think the way that this cast is set up, I just don't see Rob really vibing with anyone, honestly.
That'd be tough. It'd be tough. I'm interested to see it all play out. But you have your mindset when you're making these power rankings, and I do as well, because you believe sort of the people that are known entities and the duos and the teams, they're going to be attacked early. That's coming at it from an intelligent angle. That's what game players would do. There's not a lot of game players here, though, Bailey, so they might be too moronic to know how to play this game, which is why my tactic is all of these housewives are ranked low for me. And the next person on our power rankings coming in 19th, Caroline Stanbury of Housewives of Dubai. Did some research on her. Businesswoman, congratulations, from the UK. It just reminds me a lot about, I forget what her name was on the last season 3, but also from the Housewives of Dubai. Very fun, very great personality. See you later, early. You ain't lasting long.
I do disagree with you on this one in terms of the Housewives. Carolyn was one of my highest ranked Housewives solely because I think she is the most laid back, cool, calm, and collected of these housewives. So I just don't see her as coming off as a huge threat. I think she's going to almost pull a Dolores move and just kind of skate till the end and not know what the hell she's doing and just kind of be there and look pretty. I think we are going to disagree on the housewives rankings. We've already disagreed on the first 2.
We are.
So I have a feeling all 5 of ours are just going to be vastly different. But interesting.
If Caroline's 19, who do you have coming up next? And they will be 18th on our power rankings list.
All right, and 18th, again, coming from a strategic standpoint of trying to break up alliances. I hate to say this. I did a project on her in 4th grade. I think 18 is my sweet America's sweetheart, Tara Lipinski. I think she's going to get murdered, and I think they're going to break up her and Johnny.
Bailey, I'm so disappointed in you.
I don't want this, Tony. I don't want this. This is just what I think, okay? I don't want it. If I had it my way, Tara would win the whole thing. I love her. She's America's sweetheart. I don't see it happening. She's going to get murdered. She's too lovely and too sweet and too kind. And if she's a faithful, everyone's going to know she's a faithful. They're going to believe her. So the traitors are going to murder her. They're going to get her out.
Tara is a legend. Tara Lipinski is a legend of the game. She won a gold medal at the age of 15 years old. Still the youngest person ever to win a figure skating gold medal. And during that gold medal run was pitted against Michelle Kwan, another American figure skater, in a fake rivalry because the American press tried to pit these two under the age of 18 ladies against each other to have a Nancy Kerrigan versus Tanya Harding story. They didn't hate each other. They were just both great at their sport at the same time. And still, the American media tarnished both of these girls so much that it weighed on their very soul. And still, Tara rose up through the ranks and beat everyone to win a gold medal in Nagano. And then afterwards, you know what she did, Bailey? She walked away, became a professional, took her name out of competition committees because she wanted to have her life back. Through 15 years, she had given everything to the figure skating world and then walked away, and still was thrown through the mud for doing so, for choosing her own mental well-being over the physical assault that was going on. Tara Lipinski, if that had happened today in 2025, with social media giving young people a voice all around the place, Tara Lipinski would not just be a living legend, she'd be as big a celebrity as Zendaya for what she went through and how she held herself. She is amazing. And how dare you say that she's going to be this low on our power rankings, because she was number 5 in mine. Tara will win this thing if I have anything for it, and I'm rooting for her from the bottom of my heart. Just wanted to get that out there, Bailey.
You're making it sound like I'm dissing her. I'm not dissing her. I love her. I literally chose to do a project on her in 4th grade because I was like, this girl's incredible. She's amazing. She retired in 98 and it's like, has just been a sports commentator for so long. I'm merely coming at it from the strategic standpoint of how close her and Johnny are. And I think we've seen this before in past seasons of Traitors. When someone is 100% faithful and nobody doubts them or nobody questions them, they murder them. They get them out because that is someone that is a threat to the Traitors. So
Tara is the Dylan Efron of this season. I don't want it to be
that way. Yes,
Tara is the Dylan F, and I believe the two will be split. Her and Johnny will be split, and they're going to give us some great TV up until the moment they are split. But how dare you think Tara is going to go before Johnny Weir? No offense to Johnny.
Okay?
How dare you? Tara Lipinski, if you're listening, you are a legend in this house.
I love
Maybe not Bailey's house, but in this house.
No, in my house too, I'm sorry.
Up next on our power rankings, after Tara Lipinski gets stabbed in the back and thrown down to 18th, number 17 is the person who left first in the season 3 of The Traitors. I hope she leaves first in this season of The Traitors. It's Dorinda Medley, another housewife. It'd be so funny if she's the Francesca of Traitors, Bailey.
No, I mean, I agree with you. I gave her a little bit higher on the list just because I think people might feel a little bit bad that she went home the 2nd episode last season. They might let her stay a little bit longer. But nah, I don't think Dorinda is last in either, girl. I'm sorry. She doesn't know what she's doing. She doesn't know how to play this game. God bless her. She's an icon. She's an absolute icon. But no, I think that's a very fair ranking, Tony.
Bailey, who do you have next coming in at 16?
Coming in at 16, I have the youngest Big Brother winner of all time, Ian Terry. I think he's very strategic. He's very smart. People know this about him. He also is pretty cool, calm, and collected. I think that whether it's being murdered or banished, I think people are going to assume he could pull off the Traitors title. So I don't think he's going to be a traitor, but I think people are going to accuse him of being a traitor. I mean, he's a backgammon champion. He won Big Brother when he was 21. I know he came back and played a second time, didn't have as great of a run there, but I think this guy is just, again, coming in as a threat. And I think that we're not going to see too much of him. I think he's going to kind of play the middle and eventually get a target on his back.
That's another person you've taken off of my list. I had him 6th overall. Have I taken anyone off of your list that's high ranked yet?
Nope.
Unbelievable. Bailey's killing my list here. So Tara, I had 5th. Ian, I had 6th. You have him 16th. Again, it goes to our mindset on how we believe this is going to play out. I believe some of the players from beforehand are going to last a little bit longer than you do. But at number 15, I have someone who is not a player at all. She's also not a reality star at all. Instead, she's known best for being a mom. And it's also my first person I believe production will choose to be a traitor. I believe Donna Kelce is coming in at 15th. She is the mother of Travis and Jason Kelce, both worldwide renowned podcasters and NFL players. Taylor Swift might be involved, and Donna Kelce kind of became America's mom last year during this Taylor Swift-Travis Kelce run. There is nothing bad to say about her, which is also why I believe she will last a little bit, and also why I believe she's a perfect choice to be a traitor. I have her 15th because I don't believe she's a game player at all. The physical challenges, if we can put air quotes around them for traitors, she's not going to be able to do anything in, but she'll be there, and she'll be probably not entertaining on the mic as well, because there's not much there other than the mom angle. Happy she's there. Interesting casting by the Traitors. I don't see her as going very far. She's 15th for me.
That's the first person you've taken out of my top 10. I had Donna Kelce as 7th, and I'll tell you why. I agree with you with a lot of the things you're saying. I don't think she'll be a traitor. However, I do think she's so lovable. She's America's mom. I think people are going to gravitate towards her almost like people did to Cirie. I think it's so easy to trust her. However, I think the reason that she's going to last a little bit longer, and this is going to sound very conspiracy, this is Taylor Swift's future mother-in-law, the most famous woman in the world, the richest one. Like, people don't want to go against Swifties or the Taylor army, and Donna Kelce is in that army. So I think people are going to be afraid to vote her out because they don't want Swifties to get on their bad side. I stand by it.
Oh, fantastic. Fantastic angle by you. Fantastic angle by you. Who do you have next on the list? They're coming in 14th. Donna Kelce was 15th.
Next on the list, I have Mr. Mark Ballas from Dancing with the Stars. I think, and this is another weird kind of conspiracy downfall thing, but I think he's going to be a faithful, and we know he's athletic. We know that this man is in great shape. He's going to be expected to do really well in these challenges. However, we also know that he has dealt with a lot of injuries. He's dealt with knee injuries. He's been recovering for a long time. He's had surgeries. I think the second this guy does even semi-poorly in one single challenge, people are immediately going to think he's throwing it. They're going to think he's a traitor, and they're going to nominate him for banishment.
No offense to dancers. Bailey and I come from the world of theater. Dancers not always the brightest. They know how to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, but not exactly the brightest. So I'm right there with you. I actually had Mark Ballas right at 14th in my personal rankings. He comes in 14th on these rankings. Up next for me, though, I do not believe any of these housewives are going to be good at this game. This one, however, is a former Miss USA contestant, winner, I should say, former Miss USA winner. That's something. That is something. And also got maybe fired from Real Housewives for actually assaulting another housewife in a big fight that became a storyline in the season. Can't wait to see what she does on Traitors. It's Candiace Dillard Bassett coming in at 13th on our list. Where did you have Candiace, Bailey?
I had her literally right at 12, so I agree with you fully.
So who do you have next on the power rankings?
Begrudgingly, I have Monet X Change, the diva, the one and only, out there, big personality, vivacious, larger than life. And I think a lot of times when we see contestants like that, they do end up going kind of in the middle because people just don't know what to do with them because they're big personalities. So I think that's where we see Monet X Change get either banished or murdered. I'm not actually positive on which one, but I think it could go either way for her.
I agree. I had Monet at 10th overall, comes in at 12th on our rankings. Bob the Drag Queen was a firecracker. If this was Survivor, it'd be Bob the Drag Queen was the pre-merge favorite and then gets voted out before the merge because they rub enough people the wrong way, getting too many fights with people. Eventually, you're going to lose, be on the losing end of those fights. I'm excited to see what happens. I'm excited to see if Monet X Change has learned from Bob the Drag Queen's run and maybe plays a little bit of a different game because of that. Interesting to see it all fold out. Number 11, who do I want to keep out of the top 10? Who do I want to keep out of the top 10? I think I'm going to go because I want to hear where you have this next person ranked. So they're sort of tied with me, so let me go the other way. I'm going to throw our first Love Island contestant out there. Surprised these two have lasted so long. Maura Higgins, you're coming in at number 11. I think Maura has a chance to do really well in this game, has the chance to be sort of the one that they keep around because there's no way she figures out what's going on. At the same time, she could figure out everything that's going on. I have no idea what to expect from this person, so I'm putting them 11th, but I do think they survive a few nights in the castle. What about you?
Tony, I had Maura ranked number 1. Solely because of what you just said. I think she is so non-threatening that she's just gonna coast. I think she's going to coast. I don't think she's going to be a traitor. I don't think she's going to be a very helpful, faithful. I don't think she's going to be, I don't think she's going to be someone that the traitors are going to feel the need to target. I think she's going to just coast on by.
Gabby didn't coast last year on season 3, but people didn't vote Gabby because they didn't suspect Gabby, and Gabby slowly was peeling away the onions and figuring out who was who. That's why she became America's sweetheart after that season. You think Maura's got a little bit of that in her?
Let me be very clear. Nobody can be Gabby Windy. She is a one and only unique entity that is perfect and must be protected at all costs. I love you, Gabby. But I just do think it will be a little bit...
But you don't love Tara Lipinski. It's okay.
If you keep saying that, I swear to you, I will fight you. I love Tara, okay?
All right, Maura, wrap it up. wrap it up, okay. Your thoughts on Maura.
That's it. Those are my thoughts. I think she's going to coast, and I think she'll be in the finale.
Number 10, I'm taking out the final housewife. Because, again, I don't think the housewives are doing very well in this game. I do think Porsha Williams has a chance to go the farthest because I think Porsha Williams, you have to be able to talk in these round tables, and all of these, everyone on here, they're reality stars. They know how to talk, but I believe Porsha is going to make herself such a threat in the round table that the traitors are going to keep her around because people think she's a traitor. So she might get voted out early, but I do think she's not a traitor in my book. I don't believe production picks her as a traitor. I do believe she becomes a shield for these traitors and lasts a long time. She lands at number 10 because I don't think she becomes a threat to win this thing in the end, but she is 10th on my list. Is that too low for Porsha?
No, I had her 9th, but I will say this is my first choice for a traitor. I do think they go with Porsha. I think one of these housewives is going to be a traitor. That's just statistics coming in. We have 5 of them in a cast of 23. Say there's 3 or 4 traitors. One of them's going to have to be a housewife. You'd think.
That's also why I think the people start picking off housewives. One of them has to be a traitor.
Agreed. I think Porsha, though, is going to do a good job, like you said, of kind of staying under the radar, being a shield. But I think she's going to be the traitor, and I think she's going to play it very well. But I don't think she will be the last standing traitor by any means. But she is my first pick as a traitor.
Okay, so who do you have next for coming in 9th on our power rankings?
Coming in next, I got Miss Natalie Anderson. Regrettably, I love Natalie. I think she's such a superstar. Loved her as a winner on Survivor. I think she's badass. She's a challenge beast. She has a good reputation. I think she'll be able to, she fights hard, so I think she'll be able to defend herself really well at a round table. But I also think that, again, because of her reputation and because of how good she is in challenges, I think people are going to keep eyes on her. And after a while of not getting traitors out, they're going to look at her as a traitor. And I think that's where we see Natalie, unfortunately, go.
So you had Maura Higgins as your number 1? Mm-hmm. I had Natalie Anderson as my number 1. Because the way Natalie Anderson won her season of Survivor San Juan del Sur, she was kind of at the bottom for a little bit in the beginning and found her way to make it through the top because of the alliances she made with everybody and found a way to stab each one of them in the back as she was going on forward. And the best part is why I think she will do well in Traitors is because when she stabbed these players in the back, they didn't think poorly of her after the fact, enough to vote her as the winner because they saw it not as a bad person, but rather as good gameplay. I think Natalie knows the social game almost better than any one of the 23 entering this cast. And I think Natalie survives because of that. But if she is deemed a threat, Bailey, you are absolutely right. That could be troubling for me. And I think I messed up these rankings where I was supposed to pick 9th. It doesn't matter. Natalie would have gone anyway. But I'm going to go 8th here, and we're going to work our way to the top.
Let's do it.
Sad that Natalie's out that early, though. Up next is a man who was once GQ Korea's Man of the Year. It's a South Korean pop star now. He's been a model, he's been an actor, he's been a singer, he's been a host, knows how to talk to people. I'm very excited to see him. Eric Nam or Nam, don't know how to say his last name. Excited for him, though. He comes in 8th here because I think he's a challenger. I just don't think he survives terribly to the final. Bailey.
You know, I could see that. I did have him as 2nd, almost with the same mindset as Maura. Yeah, I just don't see him being threatening to anybody. And he has a podcast. He's, been doing interviewing. I think he's really good at getting to the core root of things in discussion. So I feel like he's going to be able to do a good job of picking subtleties out from different people and what they say. And I think he might be doing a good job at figuring out who the traitors are, but is soft-spoken enough that he's not going to make a big deal about it or scream it out and make himself a threat. I could see it going either way. I don't know him well enough. I'm excited to get to know him more. He seems like a really cool person. Seems like, from what I know about him and what I've researched, just to be a lovely human. So I think he might go under the radar for a little bit and last pretty long. I think it's interesting. You and I have a lot of the same people, though. Now we're getting to it.
I'm looking at it, actually. My individual list, we have 7 people left on this power rankings. And my individual list, I still have 2 through 11. So I still have a lot of people high up on my list. And, I have 2, 3, 4, and 5. 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, and 9 all available. So they're all there. And then you have a lot of high-ranking people left on yours. So who is 7th, Bailey? Who is the lowest remaining on your list?
I hate this because I adore him. I adore this man. but I think Ron Funchess is going to be the next one. Just think he's too lovable and too adorable. And after a while of people not being able to figure out who the traitors are, allegedly, I think they might just look at him because he's so the opposite of what a traitor would be, that maybe they just try to throw a curveball and banish him, thinking that maybe that's the wild card. But I just love him so much. I'm just excited to hear him and see him on my TV every week because he's just so lovable. What a great guy he is. And I've seen him perform. I know people that have worked with him. Everyone just says absolute glowing reviews about him, says he is the kindest, nicest person, so humble. I'd love for him to make it to the end, but realistically, I feel like 7 or 8 is about where he's going to last.
As angry as I got about my opinions from other people knowing him as I got about Michael Rapaport, that's the exact opposite of Ron Funchess. Everything I've heard from him, I've interacted with him personally via social media. He is genuinely a good cat. And I think he survives in this game because of that good cat personality, and I think people trust him. He's the ultimate faithful, which could make him murdered early, but also could keep him around like Dylan Efron was around, because people believe what he has to say at that round table. And Bailey, that's why, alongside Donna Kelce, Ron Funchess is my second traitor. I think it would be such an awesome experience to see this lovable teddy bear be the traitor, and he would revel in it. As a wrestling fan, this man would revel in being a traitor. So I would love to see it. We've only taken out one of your prospective traitors, correct?
Mm-hmm. Correct.
Yeah, so that's my second prospective traitor. Ron Funchess comes in at 7th overall. At 6th overall, this is where I had Tara, so it's only fitting that we put her duo partner, Johnny Weir, at 6th overall.
That's what I had. That's exactly what I had. But that's my second pick for a traitor.
Okay, you think Johnny would make a good traitor. I think Johnny's too big of a target to be a traitor.
I don't know. I think there's something so endearing about him. I think people are going to assume he's just there for the fashion and the food. And in actuality, he is going to be game playing. I think he is more of a strategist than we realize. I think he also gets along with a lot of people. He's so lovable as well. I think that I think one of those two figure skaters will be a traitor, and I don't know if they would make America's sweetheart, Tara Lipinski, a traitor. So therefore, it falls on Johnny Weir for me. So I think that's my second pick for a traitor.
America's sweetheart, but not Bailey's sweetheart. And I actually forgot to say, we took out my third favorite traitor. So I have on my traitor team Donna Kelce, Ron Funchess, and my third one is the game player of the bunch. Natalie Anderson would be an amazing traitor. And that's why I brought up that whole thing about her stabbing people in the back with a smile on her face. I think it fits what she's done before in Survivor. And again, they're going to try to pick off Survivor players, but if anyone can survive it, to me, it's Natalie. So I think Natalie's my third traitor. You still have a traitor waiting in the midst here. We only have 5 players left. In 5th, I put the actor from One Tree Hill, who once was described in a review, still looking for the charm to match his idle good looks. Stephen Colletti comes in at 5th overall.
I hate him. I mean, I'm sorry. I didn't even watch One Tree Hill. I'm a Laguna Beach girl through and through. Mm-hmm. He did LC so dirty. I remember being a kid watching that show and going, Lauren, why are you getting back with Steven? Ugh. It was like the first time I realized what a fuckboy was. And I was like 10. And this man just shaped for me everything I hate about a certain type of man. And that's him in a nutshell. So don't get me wrong. It's reality TV. Probably scripted, whatever. He's probably not that bad. That was 20 years ago. I'm sure he's grown and nicer and whatever. And no. I don't want him on my TV, but I also think he's going to last long.
That was the best review in this whole entire Power Rankings. I think I get exactly what you feel about Steven. I read I read him the same way, and you put into words what I never could. I think that's a fantastic review of this actor. He comes in 5th on our Power Rankings. We only have 4 spots left. Yeah, well, you're up next, Bailey. Who's coming in 4th?
Coming in 4th, I'm going to go with our other little Love Island bae, Rob. I don't know how to say his last name. Rausch, Rob Rausch. I watched his season and, same type of thing. Like, I'm sure he's a decent enough guy, but I just don't trust him. There's something innately just a little untrustworthy about him. But I do think he's going to last longer because he's he's lucky he's pretty is what I will say. He's very good looking. Not a lot going up here. And I just think he's not going to be a threat to anybody really. And I think he's just going to snake by and slide by and then towards the end start to get maybe a little bit more aggressive with his accusations. But yeah, that's where I have him.
We have 3 people left in this power rankings. They're in my top 4, 2, 3, and 4. So we're agreeing that some of these contenders are contenders here. Up next from me is our last member from Big Brother. It's Tiffany Mitchell. I think she's awesome. I think she's going to be a physical threat, but also knows how to play games, has a past in playing games, and I think she will, if she's chosen to be a traitor, I think it'd be interesting. If she's chosen to be a faithful, I think it's interesting. I just trust her to know how to play this alliance game, because that's what the round table is. It's making sure other people don't come after your alliance people, and I think Tiffany knows what she's doing. She comes into me 4th on my personal list, 3rd on our list.
She was my 3rd choice to be a traitor. I think she would be an excellent traitor. I think it would be so entertaining to watch her. And I do think the thing that makes her stand out is her loyalty and alliances. I mean, we watched on Big Brother, her cookout alliance just dominated at the end there once they all got together. And I just loved that they all stayed together. They trusted each other. They leaned on each other and they made it happen. And you don't see that happen very often, that all members of that alliance made it very far. So I think she is a great game player. I think she would be a fantastic traitor. And even if she is a faithful, I also agree she's going to last a while because I think she just has the social game.
Well, speaking of social game, we have 2 players left in this power rankings. Both social, know how to talk. One of them is now a host of a reality show. The other one won their season because of his social game. And both of these players in their respective reality TV worlds are champions. We have Survivor winner Jam Jam, and we also have Top Chef winner Kristen Kish. I don't know Top Chef. Sorry if I'm butchering your name. We have these 2 individually ranked really, really high, but Bailey's going to decide who comes in 2nd and who comes in 1st. Who are the final 2 spots, Bailey, of our Power Rankings Traitors Season 4?
So number 1, I'm putting Kristen.
That's how I had it ranked.
I really think Kristen's going to go very far. I think she's well respected. I think she is very smart. I think she is very put together. I think that she will last very long on the show. And I also think she's just cool. Like, she just seems like a very cool person, easy to get along with. I think she'll last a very long time.
I think she will get the strategy aspects of this game. The fact that you can weave through the lines, especially if she's chosen to be a traitor, you can weave through the lines of this game in a certain way, and I think she can ride that wave. Someone else who's known to ride the wave is Jam Jam. Comes in from Survivor. It's a Survivor season I've seen. I know I'm recapping all of them. Don't ask why I watched that season out of order, but I had to. And that season, he is on the bottom for the majority of that season, is constantly being attacked, and then everyone who takes his name, he comes and gets in the dark of night by getting the votes against him. This guy knows how to whip up votes, and I can't wait to see him at a round table work this same way. Will he have that same strategic mind for someone that maybe has been coasting since that world of Survivor? Who knows? Will he be able to snap back into gameplay mode and take players out left and right? Who knows? I'm excited to see it unfold, and I do believe in the best of Jam Jam, and I think he does last far. He comes in at number 2 on our list. Kristen comes in at number 1. Bailey, we've done it. We've power ranked all 23 Survivor members, only 22. We are excited. Now 21. We are excited. Wait, where did Colton come in? We are excited about most of the Survivor, of the Traitors Season 4 cast. But I can't wait for this show. We're going to be breaking it down on our podcast. We're going to be going through all the episodes. I'll be making videos online. Bailey will be making videos online. Tony Squares on Instagram and TikTok. If you've never seen me before, it's Bailey Lauren Thompson on Instagram and TikTok herself. And Bailey, any last words about Traitors Season 4 before we dip out?
The only thing I need to be satisfied with this season, the only thing is Jam Jam and Ron in a room giggling together. That'll make me just the happiest person in the whole world. So I'm just saying that now. That better happen. No, I'm really excited. It's going to be super fun.
And that is it for this episode of Survivor Squared. We will be counting down the days to season 50, doing some fun episodes along the way, guests coming in left and right. Give us a subscribe, give us a share, help this channel grow. I do truly appreciate it. But until then, Bailey, what's his face? What does Alan Cummings say to end these traitor shows? I don't know. We got to think of an outro. It's 2026, Bailey.